So let's talk about the power of voice AI in business today. And look, this isn't just about some cool new gadget or a piece of tech. We're talking about a core capability that is totally changing how companies operate and grow. And it all kicks off with one simple but really powerful idea.
What if you never, ever missed another customer call? Seriously, not after hours, not during a lunch break, not because your team is just completely swamped. What would that actually mean for your business? Just let that sink in for a second.
Okay, so to get to the bottom of that, here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll talk about the communication gap that pretty much every business is facing. Then, we'll get clear on what modern voice AI really is. After that, we'll see it in action, figure out its true value, and finally, talk about how it helps you scale up.
All right, first up, the communication gap. This is all about why our amazing human-only teams are, frankly, starting to hit a wall.
You can see the problem right here. On one side, you've got your customers. They expect instant answers 24/7. On the other side, you've got the reality of your team. They work regular hours, performance can be up and down, and burnout is a very real thing. That gap between expectation and reality, that's where opportunity just slips through the cracks.
So how do we fix that? How do we bridge that gap? Well, that brings us to Section 2, Defining Modern Voice AI. And I promise you, this is not that robotic, frustrating press 1, press 2 menu that makes you want to throw your phone at the wall.
This is so important. We've got to stop thinking about voice AI as just another product you buy. It's a fundamental business capability. Think of it like a new digital team member, one that can handle every single phone call intelligently and at a scale you could never manage before. It's about having actual conversations, not just spitting out scripted lines.
And this just nails the difference, doesn't it? The old way was that rigid, soul-crushing IVR. Press 1 for sales. Ugh, it felt like a maze designed to keep you from talking to a real person. But the new way? That's modern voice AI. It's smart, it's conversational, it actually asks, how can I help you today? And, it understands the answer. It's a genuinely helpful experience.
Okay, so we know what it is. Now for the fun part, in Section 3, how do we actually put this digital team member to work? Let's look at what it can do day to day.
Here is a perfect example, qualifying new leads. So picture this. A potential customer calls you at 10 o'clock at night. The AI answers. It understands they're interested in a product, it asks a couple of key questions to qualify them, and boom, it realizes this is a hot lead. That info is instantly sent to the right salesperson, ready and waiting for them first thing in the morning. Zero missed opportunities.
And it's not just for leads. This thing is an absolute workhorse. Imagine it handling all those common customer questions, freeing up your team, or scheduling appointments perfectly 24/7. It can even make those routine follow-up calls for you. Basically, it automates all the predictable stuff so your people can focus on the complex, high-value work.
Which leads us to the big picture stuff in Section 4, the true operational value. How does all this daily work actually fuel your company's growth and make everything run smoother? Just look at this chart. It says it all. A human-only team is always dealing with a high operational load, juggling every single call that comes in. But when you bring voice AI into the mix, that load gets optimized. The AI handles the repetitive, high-volume calls, which frees up your experts to solve the tough problems and build real relationships. It's not about replacing people, it's about elevating them.
And it all comes back to this. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your business is just always on, always ready to capture that next lead, always there to help a customer. That's not just a cool feature, that's a massive competitive advantage.
So this huge operational value really stands on 4 pillars. First, there's speed. Customers get instant answers. Then consistency. You deliver the perfect on-brand message every single time. Next, scalability. You can handle 10,000 calls just as easily as you handle 10. And finally, cost-effectiveness. You can grow your business without your costs ballooning right along with it.
And that brings us to our final section, your business scaled. This is all about laying the groundwork for what's next.
If you take one thing away from our explainer today, please let it be this. Voice AI is not just another tool you add to the pile. It is a foundational layer for your entire operation, just like your website or your CRM. It's a core part of how a modern, efficient, and scalable business is built.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. When a customer calls you right now, what happens? Is your voice strategy actually built for the future, ready to capture every opportunity? Or is it still stuck in the past? The answer to that question could really define your growth for years to come. Thanks for watching.